because there is two type of funnel. One is the pre-sales and second is the post-sales, because every customer is important, and when you are spending money to acquire that customer, to get him in your shop or maybe in your on your website, and if he is getting converted, it is more easy to retain them. It is always good to have more impact and a more efforts to retain those customers rather looking for a new consumers. So let's see one by one. Okay, so we'll talk about the pre-sales first. It starts with the awareness. Like most of the people are thinking about awareness, how to do this. It's more like a building an awareness through a marketing. So we have already covered that part where you are trying to reach your complete value proposition, your understanding. Now in when we are saying awareness in these situations, I am assuming you have already identified your niche, you are already identify your consumers, your right users, and based on that you are trying to create a marketing strategy. So now you have created your own strategy and creating that awareness basis on whatever medium you are choosing. So first step is awareness. Now what all at the time of awareness you should really project? One, your strengths, whatever USP you have with your product, and whatever comparison you can give it to the people, that in case if you have already a competition in the market, so if you compare how you are better than them. So in the case of awareness, this should be the approach, how you are going to show your all strengths and the comparison, which will help you to really make a differentiator in the market. So that is first step. Second, your aware customer, when you are reaching to that customer, if he is your customer, if you are really targeting the right audience, then of course he will definitely come on the next level. That is your prospect. It is still not converted into lead because still he is just going through that process. So prospect, what all we need to do to at the time of this prospectation, we need to give the all evidences to him to boost their all whatever he is expecting. So you just need to give all the statistics, what all great information you have about your product, about your services, that will help him to understand how your strength and comparison are really valid and legit. So evidence is very important. That should be the point where next stage you should be taken. And the testimonials, because that is again more like an evidences only. So in case of prospecting, when you are aware that the customer is already walked in, he is already trying to interact with you, rather talking about what great you have because he has already gone through, it's better show him the evidences, show him testimonials that it is a proof of concept, he is gone on the next level. But normally we are making a mistake. I know most of the time during the awareness time we are trying to show evidences and testimonials where the consumer is nowhere getting connect with it. So better show that first. At next level you create that awareness, show that evidences and testimonial, because he is the precise customer for you. Next is converted into lead. Now this prospect, he is showing interest in your business, in your product or services. He has converted into lead, but still there is lot more to happen because it is not converted. He has not made his mind yet. So what all at this stage you need to show him? The first is, rather giving all other information, better educate him about your product, how to use the product, how about the services. More you educate the customer, he will really take that all in a right spirit and he will understand that where we are going ahead, because till now he is already aware about what you are pitching to him, but he just want to understand more in detail. So you have to educate at this point and assist him to show the next journey. In case if he is going to be your consumer, what will be the next journey, how he is going to be beneficial for that. So when you are working on a lead system, when you know that the consumer is already your lead, then better educate, give him a good education, make him understand about your product, your services, about your company, about your vision, goal, and assist him how you will go that journey. So that is something you have to do when the lead is got mature. After the lead, acquisition is the point. A lot of people are directly jumping from lead to conversion, but I am just keeping one stage, one more layer into this. Now the consumer is already in. Now he is already made partially his mind that okay, he is convinced with the product, but still one hammering is required there, because he is still not made his mind that either this product is good for me or he just want to explore furthermore. At this stage, then the hammer is important to have that right at the right trigger point. So understand the trigger point where you need to hammer it and give that hammering on that right time. So that is your assurance, because here you have to give that all assurance, your and a vision statement, your guarantee, your warranty, your support system, everything as an assurance. Don't talk about rest of the things now. Just give him a so assurance that you already made good and you have taken a decision. You should pretend like that he has already made his mind, and you just assuring him you have taken a step. Now the further step is we will be taking care from here. So assurance is important here. And offers, give him as much as possible offer you can give at this point, because this is the breaking point for you where customer is trying to make his mind. So this is the best point where you are giving a discount offer, whatever best you want to give. So that is your acquisition. But and if you manage to succeed, see, as it may sound very simple, but in your business you take long time to understand all these stages, because at every stage you need to understand how your value proposition is going to make a complete different approach towards consumer, because every stage is a different stage, and at every stage you have to learn and understand the customer's behavior, and basis on that you have to build your strategy. So at the acquisition point, hit on the target, give him assurance, make him convince, make him feel like he has already made a mind. And in case if even a 5%, 10% is left, you are giving all that lure and all that discounting to him to convert them into customer. Now he become a customer to you. Now it is very important at this stage, whatever promises you are giving to the customer, what all you have created this journey so far, what promises you have been shown to him, it has to match with it. You have to make that access very simple for him. You have to make that all standards and all that uniformity the way you have narrated. If maximum time what we happen, the promotion side is giving some other message, and when actually customer is coming on the final stage when he want to purchase the product, it is completely going on a different path. So you have to make that standardized and uniform approach, make it simple. It should really match with all your communication. It should really give that same similar flavor. So standardization make a lot of difference. Also at the same time you have to keep that uniformity always, because a lot of time we are keep changing our flows, a lot of time we are keep changing our offers also. So every customer, every time when he is coming at this stage, he is finding that every time there is something different offered to us. So you are losing that trust and faith part. So better keep at least whatever you are thinking for some good substance and a good time. Even if you are changing, you should keep something common in format where you can really relate, customer can really relate with that, and maybe the offer and discounting maybe, and you can keep evolving and changing, but the pattern should be same. So that is very important. That will create a faith and recall and recall also. Last is journey. So once he has made his mind, so you should show at the same time ki how it is going to be further next journey. You don't believe that okay, he has already made mind, he has already ready to pay the money, but when you at this stage you will show to the consumer, once you are in with us, after the purchase also we are really going to bother, and we are really going to take care of your all the rest post sales services as well. So at that point you need to show that whole journey. It is always good that when he is purchasing, show that ki once the purchase happen, what all benefit he is going to get from you. So if you are showing that at the same time, that really build a lot of trust to the consumer. And now a lot of people feel like the bug is got stopped here, means you feel like okay, awareness is done, prospect done, consumer is in kitty, now you have got your customer. But there is another one stage, because having a customer with you and having a consumer with you is two different subjects. And one is the customer who has purchased your product or he availed your services, but how to ensure that he is really consuming, he is really availing your services, that is again important, because you have to keep that track. Either my customer who has believed in me, he has purchased the product, after the purchase either my customer is really happy or he is availing the services. There are a lot of silent customers though who are even taking a decision, but even after the decision he purchased the product and he take it back, take it to the home, and there is all possibility he will keep that product on the shelf or maybe in the drawer, and he will never even use that. So your purpose is to make him use the product, make him experience the product. So you have to trigger that point, you have to follow him to ensure your customer converts into consumer. Now that is again depends how you will trigger on that. So better you can share some experiences to the consumers, that how other people are really using and taking the best benefit of it. So share the experiences with consumer, that will encourage him to really consume and use your product or services, and engage with him. So how you are keeping an engagement with, that is more important, because you feel like, okay, once my money is in, my product got sold, then my job is end, and when there is a problem with the consumer, he will come back. Here the big mistakes we have and make it. So if you want to keep that all track of consumers, and you want to understand either how he is using and what kind of experience he is going through, better build some kind of an engagement mechanism where you can always be in with your consumers touch. Keep that all options open, how he can reach to you and you can also reach to the consumers. So this is something which you can really structure at the pre-sales. Of course, offline and online may bit vary in some cases, but the basics will remain same. Even in case of website, the whole flow will remain in the same fashion. Even in the offsite also, the whole flow will function in the same way only. Okay, so you just need to fix and keep that blocks and fit in your according to the stages. You will find your answers. Gradually you will understand at what stage what all benefits or what all strengths you need to utilize to make your aware customer to an actual consumer. Okay, this is pre-sales. Now let's understand what next after the post sale you need to really have. Now awareness and prospect is gone, because that is the process of acquiring customer. Now possibly you already have a lead, you have an acquired customer. It's better that now, since you already have a consumer, how many people, I don't know, either you are capturing all your customer base data or not. Maybe in some of the cases professionally people are doing it, but now it is very important that whatever consumers you have some good information and data captured at the last at the final stage, so you can understand the whole your consumer base, what kind of a age group you are targeting, or who are your actual consumer. So you can create that lookalike kind of a solution here. Like in case of online and digital marketing, people will understand, you can create a lookalike option where who is actual my consumer, who is the consumer, who is a decision maker, who really really avail my services. So basis on that, you can really strategize and change your funnel and make similar lookalike people like a lead. So your cost of acquisition, your cost of sales will reduce down, because you will slowly gradually reach to your micro niche audience who are actually your user, who really want to avail your services, and they are the right decision maker. So your cost of acquisition will reduce down, your efforts to convert your consumers will also reduce down. So make that effort, have that all data very strongly with you. Second, now there is again a position where like there is a lead you already have, because you have already spent money and you have converted that into lead. Consumer is already shown interest in your product or services, but maybe could be because of XY whatever reason he is not moving further. But how to really track that? At this lead level, you have to really understand and have that analytics or some kind of a mechanism available here, which will help you to understand how many consumers have moved further and how many has got dropped there itself. So basis on that, you can create some kind of a retargeting mechanism. Rather, you are spending again fresh to start from the awareness. It is always important to even understand whatever number of people you have not nurtured or not take it to the mature level. Work on that first, so that will help you to reduce down your cost and effort as well, and it will give more results to you, more percentage of conversion. So retargeting is very important. Also parallelly you can keep doing your further exercise, but you are losing your unwanted that actual mature customer. If you put bit more effort here, you will get your more conversion at low cost. That is retargeting we normally call. And the most important thing is, there are a lot of silent users. Normally we say post sales. So when we say the customer is not converted into consumer, so people have purchased but they are not availing it. There could be multiple reasons behind it. Maybe his casual approach, he is not happy with the services, or maybe he is not ready to avail your services at that point, or may he forget, or he is casually just not using it. But if you don't trap them, if you don't track them, there will be all possibility that they are going to be a silent consumer for you, silent user for you, which is not at all giving any benefit to you apart from just one first sales. So if you want to keep them again coming to you, retain them, so better build some kind of a mechanism where you can again trigger to them, keep engagement with them, and then convert them into consumer. That is post sales. So retargeting, very important, but first you have to understand your actual consumer, and that will only happen when you will start analyzing your existing consumer base. So understand your existing consumer base. Post sales, very important, because that will give you a lot of insight to understand who is my actual consumer and where you need to really put your efforts, money and awareness. That will define your further strategy, how you will go to the consumers, how you will nurture them, what kind of a consumer, what kind of a age group or gender base, whatever. So all that analytics you will get at this stage. So more you mature, more you have information, more you will be having a mature lead information. But in case if you want to go every time, it's more like कि मैं हर बार नया कुआं खोदूंगा और हर बार नया पानी निकालूंगा. In that way you will waste lot of money in just finding a new customer. So this is easy way to reach your consumers, and you can fix that ratios, that okay, new consumer base maybe 30-40% I will spend on the new awareness, new consumers. Retargeting I may spend 30-35%, and for lookalike consumer or for all that my actual consumers I will spend something more. So that will help you to really structure your and reduce your cost. This is your post sales. Now what all mediums you need to really figure, just find few mediums which will help you to really understand at what stage what all exercises or what all things you can do. So maybe at the awareness stage, when you are really creating your marketing spend, so marketing is one of the spend, maybe digital marketing, offline marketing, and whatever suits to your business model. But at the same time, you should always think as an entrepreneur or maybe as a startup, how you can really co-brand with other people also. Try to capitalize other people credibility as well. Someone is already into the same space, something you find some relevancy. Try to do a co-branding, that will really help, because at the early stage we don't have that easy muscles to fight with the big biggies. So better join hands with some good people who can really give the more weightage on your proposition. Of course, alliances, work with some good people who are into the same space. Maybe there should not be some kind of a clash of interest, but in the early stage it is very important, just don't be dependent on your only marketing strategy, because marketing strategy is always a expensive and a lengthy process, but co-branding and alliances will always give you a faster results, and it will help you to really find your market easily. Okay, second is your prospect. So now at the prospect level, you can create your own coupons, you can do a joint events, you can go for a sponsorships where you have something relevant relevancy, and from there you are creating your prospects. So try to find multiple ways. You just not simply dependent on okay, I will only do a digital marketing, or I will only spend on some one or two options. You have to be a more smarter way, because when we say a startup, the startups needs to really work more smarter. So you have to go to the market and have more alliances and find more different ways to find your space and positioning in the market. So don't only depend on that, okay, I will only spend money on one area, or maybe which is easy options you are trying to choose it will really take more money and it will not give you easy results, because that is already got cluttered. So that in that cluttered market, in that cluttered medium, it will be always difficult to find the space with the kind of money you want to spend. Then the lead, when at the lead level, like we mentioned, create some kind of a guide, like make a videos or make some kind of a PDF files or presentations. So create more such kind of a stuffs which will help people to understand about your product and services. Give a trial pack, like a lot of people give one sample, maybe give one month sample, or 7 days program or something like that. So trial pack really works, because customer will experience, he will understand your whole product in a better way, and then he will take it to the next. Collaborate with the people. More you have a collaborations, like if you have some other services which is more relevant and more support to your product, so take that as a product, and attach them, bundle with your products. That collaboration will definitely help, because if you have someone who is already doing great in the market, if his product come and bundle with you, his credibility as well as the consumer is getting the more values out of the whole lead system. So that will help you to convert your lead to the next level. And acquisition level. So here it is your trigger. You need to understand what the best trigger your consumer does have, and what at stage what you will offer to him to convert that into customer. Either it is a fear, either it is a lure, discounting, or any kind of a faith or religion, whatever you think your consumer is really having that trigger point. Find that trigger point, give them a free samples, discounts, gifts, and push and give that last hammer to convert that into customer. Now customer is already in, he is already made his mind. So at that stage, always create some kind of a welcome mail or welcome kit, where he should feel that you are really serious and you are really having that and a professional approach towards the conversion. So once he is in, give him something more like a SMS or email or welcome kit, whatever you have. This is a very common practice nowadays we have. Of course, he need a lot of attention, so you have to create such kind of a mechanism where you make him feel like a hero, that he is already taken a decision, he has made his mind, and he is really done the great decision for his all this what he has decided. Further, reminders to ensure that he is really using your services, and he is in, still he is in, and you are giving that all reminder to convert that customer to a consumer. Now for a consumer, of course, you can build some kind of a feedback mechanism where you are reaching to a next level, questioning him, asking him, requesting him, asking for the feedbacks and all. Second, make him an ambassador, because slowly gradually make him feel like, okay, he is the hero of the whole show, and he need to give some kind of a feedback, maybe interviews. So make him more like an ambassador and celebrate it. So more you celebrate, more you make him feel like he's made a good decision for you by purchasing and taking and availing your services. He will be more obliged for that. So gradually you will find that, and right from awareness, when the consumer is really going to be a consumer, he will become a believer, and you are converting more like a follower into a believer. So I always say, make believers. Followers may stick to you, but there is no assurance that he will stick with you or he will remain with you. So if he convert into believer, then your job is done. Then there is further, he will work for you. He will be more like an ambassador, and he will convert, and he will refer whatever further next funnel you are going to create, like a referral program or any other. He will be always there for help to you. Okay, so those will be a silent ambassador for you. Even if you are not working, not giving anything to them, still they will give multiple things to you, various things to you. So this is something which we say pre and post sales funnel. Okay, so now I am